Good afternoon, YouTubers. Almost good evening. Um, my name is Nubia. I am in recovery. I am reading out of the Life Application Study Bible, all the way from Anoka, Minnesota. Today is Friday, September 27th. It is 5:50 in the afternoon. That's why I'm like almost evening. And it is about 82 degrees. So I have my camping fan here with me. Today, we are continuing in the book of Joshua, chapter 7, Achan's sin. Father God, thank you for another wonderful, beautiful day. Thank you for all your blessings. Thank you for the opportunities you give us to feel you and to have confirmation that you're here with us, that your presence is with us. Please allow me to speak. Thank you for your presence. Thank you for your love. Thank you for coming into my space. Thank you for allowing me into your space. Please allow me to speak clearly, slowly, and lovingly, to think clearly, slowly, and lovingly, to read clearly, slowly, and lovingly, and to feel clearly, slowly, and lovingly, so I can clearly and lovingly relay your message. Thank you. Amen. You guys see Big Boy? You see Big Boy? That's Big Boy. Hi, Big Baby. They opened the door. I closed it. Meh. See, he's trying to come out. Come. No. 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 Go. 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 I said go. No. Come on. Big boy. No. 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 I have the cable supplying electricity to the computer right there. So it kind of the door doesn't really close because the cable it's in the way. So kind of like just prop it, but it's not. I don't even know if prop it is the right. Anyway, so it is 82 degrees and it is mostly sunny. I see no clouds in the sky. Last reading's takeaways were from. He opened it again. No, that was Spooky. Spooky. No, that was him. All right, you're gonna go. Come on, come on. Go into the kettle. I'm gonna give you one last chance. You wanna go in the kettle? No, I know you don't wanna go in the kettle. Okay. Okay? Be good. Stop. We'll do one more chance. Let's see if he tries it again. Try for him not to open it. So, computer cable. It's kind of like a thick cable. So, last readings takeaways were from chapter 3 or chapter 4. Let's see where it started. Did it start in chapter? We started in chapter 4, chapter 3, 4, 5, and 6. Chapter 3 is crossing the Jordan. Chapter 4 and 5 had no names to it or subtitle to it. And I guess chapter 6 has no subtitle, but in between we have Joshua attacks the center of the land. So I need God's forgiveness to cleanse my heart and mind before I approach Him. Having hearing from God before I rush into things, before I rush into my day, will remind me of His presence and clarify what He wants to do through and in me. When God provides no solution to my problems, I need to trust and move ahead with what I know He wants me to do. Sorry, guys. Sorry. When God provides no solutions to my problems, I need to trust and move ahead with what I know He wants me to do. In obedience to God, take the first step. I need to pause to focus on God and remember who is guiding me. Set aside moments to build my own memorials to God's power. Doing God's work God's way is more important than striving for recognition. Make monuments of God's work in my life and His care for me. I must ruthlessly remove sins from my life it starts, before it takes control of me. I must ruthlessly remove sin from my life before it takes control of me. Turn to the Lord for my salvation. God can work. Turn to the Lord for my salvation. God can work behind the scenes to make anything possible. To make anything possible that fits within His plan for me. Pray for wisdom to see what my part is and the energy and motivation to carry it out. Awe and respect are the responses we to our responses to our holy God. Awe and respect are the responses due to our holy God. I can overcome sin by Jesus Christ's power. I am I must not let the desire for personal gain distract me from my spiritual purpose. Today is 9/27. Achan's sin. Okay. If I don't do this in the morning, the afternoon becomes all caro that light because the sun is it's hitting right here. See? Oh wow. There's the sun. All right. A chance scene, chapter 7. Yeah, because if I don't do this in the morning, in the afternoon, I'm like tired. So the Lord was with Joshua, and his fame spread throughout the land. Chapter 7. But the Israelites were faithful in regard to the devoted things. Achan, son of son of Carmi. Hi, thank you for watching. Chapter 7. Joshua chapter 7, Achan's sin. But the Israelites were faithful in regard But the Israelites were unfaithful in regard to the devoted things. Achan, son of Carmi, the son of Simri, the son of Serah, of the tribe of Judah, took some of them. So the Lord anger burned against Israel. So the Lord's anger burned against Israel. Now Joshua sent men from Jericho to Ai, which is near Beth Aven, to the east of Bethel, and told them, "Go up and spy out the region." So the men went up and spied out Ai. When they returned to Joshua, they said, "Not all the army will have to go up against Ai. Send 2 or 3 thousand men to take it, and do not weary the whole army, for only a few people live there." So about 3,000 went up, but they were routed by the men of Ai, who killed about 36 of them. They chased the Israelites from the city gate as far as the stone quarries and struck them down on the slopes. At this, the hearts of the people melted in fear and became like water. Then Joshua tore his clothes and fell face down to the ground before the ark of the Lord, remaining there till evening. The elders of Israel did the same and sprinkled dust on their heads. And Joshua said, "Alas, sovereign Lord, why did you ever bring these people across the Jordan to deliver us the hands of the Amorites to destroy us? If only we had been content to stay on the other side of the Jordan. Pardon your servant, Lord. What can I say? Now that Israel has been routed by its enemies, the Canaanites and the other people of the country will hear about this, and they will surround us and wipe out our name from the earth. What then will you do for your own great name?" The Lord said to Asha, "Stand up. What are you doing down on your face? What are you doing down on your face? Israel has sinned. They have violated my covenant, which I commanded them to keep. They have taken some of the devoted things. They have stolen. They have lied. They have put them with their own possessions. That is why the Israelites cannot stand against their enemies. They turn their backs and run because they have been made liable to destruction. I will not be with you anymore unless you destroy whatever among you is devoted to destruction. Go consecrate the people. Tell them, consecrate yourself in preparation for tomorrow. For this is what the Lord your God of Israel says. There were devoted things among you. Israel, you cannot stand against your enemies until you remove them. In the morning, present yourself tribe by tribe. The tribe the Lord chooses shall come forward clan by clan. The clan the Lord chooses shall come forward family by family. And the family the Lord chooses shall come forward man by man. Whomever is caught with the devoted things shall be destroyed by fire, along with all that belongs to him. He has violated and the covenant of the Lord and has done an outrageous thing in Israel. Early the next morning, Joshua had Israel come forward by tribes, and Judah was chosen. The clans of Judah came forward, and the Zerahites were chosen. He had the clan of the Zerahites come forward by families, and Simri was chosen. Joshua had his family come forward man by man, and Achan, son of Carmi, the son of Simri, the son of Serah, of the tribe of Judah, was chosen. Then Joshua said to Achan, "My son, give glory to the Lord, the God of Israel, and honor him. Tell me what you have done. Do not hide it from me." Achan replied, "It is true. I have sinned against the Lord, the God of Israel. This is what I have done. When I saw in the plunder a beautiful robe from Babylonia, 200 shekels of silver, and a bottle of gold weighing 50 shekels, I coveted them and took them. They are hidden in the ground inside my tent with the silver underneath. So Joshua sent messengers, and they ran to the tent, and there it was, hidden in his tent with the silver underneath. They took the things from the tent, brought them to Joshua and all the Israelites, and spread them out before the Lord. Then Joshua, together with all Israel, took Achan, son of Zerah, the silver, the robe, the gold bar, his son and daughters, his cattle, donkeys, and sheep, his tent, and all he had to the valley of Achor. Joshua said, "Why have you brought this trouble to us? The Lord will bring trouble on you today." Then all Israel stoned him, and after they had stoned the rest, they burned them. Oh my God. Oh. Over Achan they heaped up a large pile of rocks, which remains to this day. Then the Lord turned from his fierce anger. Before that place has been called, Therefore that place has been called Valley of Achor ever since. Footnote: Notice the result of Achan's sin. 1. Many men die. 2. Israel's army melted in fear. 3. Joshua questioned God. 4. God threatened to withdraw his presence from the people. And 5. Achan and his family had to be destroyed. On the other hand, when the Israelites eliminated the sin from the community, this was the result: God's encouragement, God's presence in battle, God's guidance and promise of victory. And 4, God's permission to keep the plunder and livestock from the battle for themselves. Throughout Israel's history, blessings came when the people got rid of their sin. You will also experience blessings when you turn from your sin and follow God's plans wholeheartedly. The devoted things were the clothing, cattle, and other plunder that God had said the Israelites should destroy when they conquered Jericho. It was not that Achan had found a good use for something that was going to be thrown out anyway. What he had done was serious offense because it was in direct defiance of an explicit command of God. Joshua and the elders of Israel tore their clothing and put dust on their heads as signs of deep mourning before God. They were confused by their defeat at the small city of Ai after the spectacular Jericho victory. So they went before God in deep humility and sorrow to receive His instructions. When our lives fall apart, we also should turn to God for direction and help. Like Joshua and the elders, we should humble ourselves so that we will be able to hear God's words. I should humble myself. I should humble myself so that I will be able to hear God's words. So that I can hear God's words. See? When the Israelites first went against Ai, they did not consult God, but trusted the military strength to victory. Only after Israel was defeated did they turn to God and ask what had happened. Joshua had experienced his first setback. Now, what do we do? Instead of jumping to plan B, he did what he should have done in the first place. He prayed. Too often, our first move is to rely on our own skills and strength, especially when the task before us seems easy. We do we go to God only when the obstacles seem too great. However, only God knows what lies ahead. He wants us to learn lessons, lay down our pride, or consult others before He will work through us. We are best off when we talk things over thoroughly with God before moving forward. Going to Him even when we're on a winning streak or when details seem insignificant may save us from making grave mistakes or misjudgments. Imagine praying this to God. Imagine praying this way to God. This is not a formal church prayer. It is a prayer of a man who is distraught and confused by what is happening around him. Joshua poured out his real thoughts and emotions to God, hiding our needs from God is ignoring the only one who can really help us. God welcomes our honest prayers and wants us to express our true feelings to Him. We can become more honest in prayer by remembering that God is all knowing and all powerful and that His love for us never ends. Why did Achan's sin bring judgment on the entire nation? Although it was one man's failure, God saw it as national disobedience to a national law. God needed the entire nation to be committed to the job they had agreed to do, conquer the land. Thus, when when one person failed, everyone failed. If a chance sin went unpunished, unlimited looting could break out. Idols might be taken as plunder. The nation as a whole had to take responsibility for preventing this undisciplined disobedience. Chan's sin was not merely his keeping some of the captured plunder, something God allowed in some cases, but rather his disobedience to God's explicit command to destroy everything connected with Jericho. Achan's sin was the indifference to the devil and idolatry of the city, not just a desire for money and clothes. God could not protect Israel's army again until the sin removed and the people returned to obey him. Until the sin was removed and the people returned to obey him without reservation. God is not content with our doing what is right some of the time. He wants our hearts turned toward Him all the time. We are under his orders to eliminate any thought, practices, or possessions that hinder our devotion to him. Consecrate yourself means that the Israelites were to undergo a purification ceremony like the one mentioned in 3:5, when they were preparing to cross the Jordan River. Such practices prepare the people to enter into God's presence and routinely reminded them of their sinfulness and his holiness. Achan underestimated God and disobeyed his commands. Taking a rope and some silver and gold may have seemed a small thing to Achan, but the effects of sin were tragic to the entire nation, especially his family. Like Achan's, our actions affect more people than just ourselves. Watch out for the temptation to rationalize your sins by saying they're too small or too personal to hurt anyone but you. What did Achan's entire family pay for this? The biblical record does not tell us if they were accomplices to his crime, but in the ancient world, the family was treated as a whole. Achan, as the head of the family, was like a tribal chief. If he prospered, the family prospered with him. If he suffered, so did they. Many Israelites had already died in battle because of Achan's sin. Now he and his descendants were to be completely cut off from Israel. Achan's entire family was stoned along with him, so that no trace of the sin would remain in Israel. In our permissive and individualistic culture, we have a hard time understanding such a decree. But in ancient cultures, communal punishment was common. The punishment fit the crime. Achan had disobeyed God's command to destroy everything in Jericho. Thus, everything that belonged to Achan had to be destroyed. Sin has drastic consequences, so we should take drastic measures to avoid it. All right, that's all for today, you guys. I am super tired. I'm not gonna drink coffee because it's too late in the day to drink coffee. I think that reading and doing this stuff, I think it makes me sleepy. I think it's my ADHD. So, thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed that as much as I did. That was somewhat enjoyable. You know, I feel that it wasn't just, but there's the other part. I don't just understand, I'm not going to understand all of God all the time, but I trust that His judgment is right. So, thank you for the like. I am super tired. I cannot stay. Yeah, usually I do this by drinking coffee, and I think the reading and stuff makes me sleepy. So, thank you for tuning in. Um, yeah, I'll see you again tomorrow. I usually do it more in the morning. So, have a good night. Thank you, everybody. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did, and I hope you have a wonderful and safe rest of your day. Much peace, love, and blessings. Thank you for the like.